Hi bosses, welcome back to PR Decoded. Let me just tell you, when I started creating video content, I absolutely hated it. I didn't want to do it. I was worried about doing it. I was worried about putting my face out there. I was worried about detractors and people laughing at me. And ultimately, as a PR person, I've always been the background person, the person that's getting other people to do the video and the person that's getting the other person my clients to put themselves out there. But actually, the more I pushed myself, because I had to push myself, and the more I realised how important video is in marketing and communications today, the more I realised that I just had to do it. And so do you, right? You might not feel comfortable in the space. You may not feel like you're well equipped to put yourself out there on video. But let me tell you, you are going to be. But listen to this video, we're going to talk through just my top tips, my top 5 tips of how you can really engage with video to really grow your brand, to grow your awareness, to acquire more customers, to drive your sales, to help you stand out from the competition. The power of doing all of those things lies within video. So get prepared to lose the fear. Let's dive in. So video is a super powerful medium, and I really think it's something that all brands should be leveraging because it really has become an essential part of how we consume information, how we consume, how we educate ourselves, how we entertain ourselves, how we learn stuff, how we learn to fix stuff, even how we speak to people. You know, it used to be you spoke to people on the phone. Now you FaceTime them, and that's all thanks to video. Even conferencing at work is all done on video conferencing. And why? Why do we use video? Why don't we just stay on the phone like we used to? Why is that suddenly not good enough? And the reason is connection, right? You want to be able to see the person that you're talking to. You want to be able to look at their their body language, and are they smiling, how engaged they look in the conversation that you're having. And that's why video is super powerful, because it creates a much deeper connection between the 2 people or the 3 people or however many people are on the call than a telephone does. You know, if you've ever been in a conference call where you've just all sat around, or some of you have sat around looking at the telephone in the middle of the room and speaking to some stranger on the other side of wherever, that maybe it's someone that you haven't even met before. You know, that has a purpose and that had a place, but now because of video, it's taken to a whole new level. You can actually sit there, look at someone, and really connect with them. And that's all thanks to the power of video. Google says that 80% of all online searches are followed by a video search. So you go online, you go to Google, you ask how to do something or how to solve a problem. Following that search, you will then go on to find a video that answers that question for you. 80% of all online searches are followed by a video search. I mean, that is just mind-blowing. Also, we know that by 2022, and this is a very well-known statistic in marketing, advertising across the board, sorry about him, online videos will make up more than 82% of all consumer internet traffic. So 80% of search and 80% of what we're looking for will be, 82% will all be video. I mean, that is mind-blowing. That is actually 15 times more than it was in 2017. So can you imagine like just how, you know, if you don't act on this, if you don't start creating video, if you haven't started already, and if you don't really accelerate your video plan, then you really are going to be left behind. You're not going to be discoverable. Customers are not going to be able to find you. We also know that pages with video, so websites, Instagram, whatever, are 53 times more likely to rank on Google's first page. So if you want to be on that Google first page, it's non-negotiable. You have to be creating video. I know that I sound like I'm banging the same drum, but I really, really want you to understand the power of video content and how you really need to be creating it and leveraging it within your brand and within your business. It really does need to be a priority for all of us, for me as well, which is why I put myself out there. And even though I still find it really difficult to sit here and to talk into a camera and to try and be myself and, impart the information that I want to share. It's, I don't find it a walk in the park. It's not easy for me, but I sort of suck it up. And the more that I do it, the better I think I become at it, although I'll let you be the judge of that. And the more I'm able to get comfortable in this space, because you have to get comfortable in this space, because video is the most powerful way for you to connect with your customer, with your existing customer, but also with new customers. It can be a massive game changer for your business. So you really don't want to be missing out on the opportunity that video gets you. Because, at the end of the day, people, they've got so much choice. They want to buy from people that they know or that they feel they know and have a connection with. People buy from people, they don't buy from brands. They want to know, they want to know that you've got shared values. They want to like you. They want to know why to choose you above everyone else. And video gives you that ability and that opportunity to create a much more deeper customer connection. Okay, so I will bang this drum no more, and I will dive into the tips that are going to help you to leverage video and to really maximize the opportunity that it can bring to your business. Let's crack on. Video can really help you to bring your products to life. It can help you to educate on your products, educate on your manufacturing process. It can help you to show how you source your materials. It can really help you to create much deeper stories. So if you aren't comfortable with starting out by you facing the camera or any of those things, think about how you can use video in a more sort of abstract way. Is it at your factory? Is it showing the process of how you select ingredients or packaging or design? You can bring your customer in to begin with, until you get comfortable in the space, without you being, this is me, I'm the founder, until you're comfortable in the space. Start off just doing some things that might be more comfortable for you. That education process, particularly in how you use products, how you layer them with other things, people experiencing your products, case studies of transformations, people talking to camera who have been your customers, who have really benefited from using your brand or your products. Put them in front of your camera. Obviously incentivize them to do so, but it will really boost your engagement, because you will be able to bring to life your brand in a way that a picture just can't. They say that a picture paints 1,000 words, but does it? All of those words are quite sort of, they're open to interpretation by the customer. Whereas if you're actually in video, you're just, giving them exactly the information that you want them to take away about your brand. Okay, so my 5 top tips. Top tip number 1, lose the fear. Lose the fear of putting yourself out there, of worried about what you're going to say, if people are going to watch, if anyone's going to care, if people are going to laugh at you, if your mum's going to be like, oh, who does she think she is? Or that voice, the worst thing is that voice inside your head that's like, you can't do it. No one cares what you've got to say. Who's going to watch you? No one's interested in what you've got to say. Put yourself away. Let someone else do the talking. All of that, erase it. Sorry, Prince. I was so aggressive with my demand that you lose the fear that I smacked my dog. Not hard, very, very lightly. So lose the fear, lose it, because actually people are interested in what you've got to say. They do want to know about the person behind the brand. They do want to know about how you manufacture your products. They do want to know what your sustainability program is. They do want to know about how to use your products properly and how to use them with other, layer them with other products. So lose the fear. Park it, because it's going to get you absolutely nowhere, and all it's going to do is keep you playing small. And that is not, if you don't embrace video, as I said earlier, you're not going to be able to move forward and stay relevant, because people are consuming content by video. 80% will be consuming video content online by 2022. Again, I'm already repeating myself. So lose the fear. Please lose the fear, because all it's going to do is hold you back. Okay, fear gone. Put fear on a piece of toilet roll and write it with a Sharpie, and then just flush it down the toilet, and then it's gone. Okay? Okay, tip 2, have a plan. You've got a story that you want to tell, whatever that story may be. Like all good stories, any story that through the test of time, it needs a beginning, it needs a middle, and it needs an end. And usually there is a hero, which can be your brand, and a villain. Say, for instance, the villain could be, acne, and your product is the hero of the story because it helps combat acne. Okay, so make sure that you create stories, you create a video content that actually tells the story from beginning to end, and it doesn't kind of leave people hanging. It can be bite-sized, it can be very small, it doesn't have to be long, although we know now that that people are consuming longer form content, where it used to be that you had about 2 seconds to grab people's attention as they were gone. Now we do know that people are consuming content in longer form, but you can start with bite size. But just make sure bite size or long form or anything in between, your story has a beginning, a middle and an end, and you have a plan, right? That you just don't roll the camera and have no idea about what you're going to talk about until it's all there. Make sure that you have a reason for doing that video and you are offering value. So if people are watching it, this is what they're going to get out of it. Okay. Ideally, you would create a media plan so that you would have a monthly plan that is rolling, that you decide to post video content twice a week, say to begin with, on Mondays and on Saturdays at this time, and on Mondays you talk about products, and on whatever that other day I said, Saturday or Friday, whatever I said, that you talk about something that's more lifestyle or about behind the scenes of the brand. Have a plan and stick to it, because consistency, as I've spoken about before in my social media video that I posted last week, that I'll link back to below, consistency is key. Okay, that's my top tip. Number 2, have a plan. Okay, tip 3, if you're at the beginning of your journey with video and you're still very hesitant and you're holding on to that fear a little bit, a good gentle way of starting video content is with Instagram stories. They disappear within 24 hours. So what that really means is it kind of gives you a bit of license to be raw and authentic. You kind of don't need to be perfect. Actually, not all videos should be perfect and polished and well edited. And actually, Instagram stories is a perfect place to create content that is authentic and real and unedited and, a little planned, but it can go off script. You can inject in your own personality. If someone knocks on the door or you fall off your chair or whatever, you don't have to take any of that out. Instagram stories is an amazing place for video, just everyday video. It does have to be authentic. So, it does have to be your voice. And I think that, again, remember, if you're telling stories on Instagram stories, they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Usually you'll see someone on Instagram stories and they're like, oh, I did it myself the other day, and I think I really annoyed some people. I was like, oh, I'm going into Claire's Accessories to buy 3 new headbands because I've got this headband thing at the moment. I'm really into them. And I put up all of the choices, and then I didn't say which 3 I'd bought. And people were like, well, what did you buy? You know, I didn't close the loop on the story. Make sure you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And don't just sporadically post 1 or 2 things, you know, here and there. Stories, the thing with Instagram stories is that you really do, I think, in order to really get that engagement, if you're going to post stories, post at least, I'm going to say 8 at the minimum. You know, ideally around 15 I would aim for in one, you know, the day that you've chosen to do your video on Instagram stories. Create real stories. You know, some of them can be really small and just bite size, and, you know, maybe a couple of them aren't even video, they're just a few pictures in between. But make sure you tell stories, and again, that they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And, you know, if they're relevant to a time of day, make sure that you have the day. You know, if you're doing a Sunday facial, make sure you have a Sunday sticker up there. Make sure that you have the time of day that you're doing it. Stickers are really fun, and you can be quite immersive with your Instagram stories as well. You know, you can create chats and ask questions, all of those kind of things. So I absolutely love Instagram stories. I think it is things that you can do on the hop because of the mobile nature of it. You can do it when you're out and about. You don't need a setup, you don't need lights, you don't need any of those things. So really, really start, if you haven't already, with Instagram stories. And if you have, be consistent with them, okay? Give people what they want and what they're following you for. You really do need to be, and I'm speaking to myself here at the same time, you really do need to be working your way up towards creating lives, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram. TikTok have got lives. I think Pinterest, if they haven't got lives, they're coming soon. Same with LinkedIn. LinkedIn are testing lives, and in some places they are live already. But live is probably the most powerful form of video. So yes, video is incredibly powerful. It has that ability to create deeper levels of engagement and all of the things we've talked about already. But lives are kind of like the tip of the video tree, the top of the video tree. They're where the really rich business growth is, customer acquisition is, and customer sales is. And the reason that it's so valuable, lives, is because you get to engage in real time with your followers and with people who are watching you. They can ask you questions. They can, they can watch you in real time, knowing that everything that you are presenting is completely authentic and non-edited. Lives really offer a level of deeper connection than video like now that I'm doing now. It really has it has a real power to it. So again, it's one of those things that you have to build up to. It's really scary. I don't like doing it. I've done it quite a few times. The more I do it, the better at it I get. But still, it fills me with fear. It gives me that sort of anxiety that keeps me awake at night. So I tend to decide on the day whether I'm going to do them, which isn't very much taking my own voice by planning. But it really does have the highest rate of engagement of all content types. Whatever that content is, live is the most powerful. So you really need to be leveraging it. And so do I. I am talking to myself here as well. Okay, my 5th and final tip for video is to fake it until you make it. There is an absolute genius video app. I've talked about it before. It's called Video Boost. You do have to pay for it, but it is pennies compared. Oh my God, the dog's getting up on the kitchen table. Get off. Naughty. But it costs pennies. Like, for what it gives you, it is so worth it. I mean, I just love playing with it. It's basically an app that you can obviously have on your phone or iPad or whatever, that enables you to create really professional looking videos super fast, like super fast. And it's not hard. It's super easy. You can even, once you've created a video using their templates, they've got loads. You can upload your own images. They've got music on there. You can change stuff up and customize it to your own specifications. And once you've created a video, you can then upload it onto your Instagram or Pinterest or whatever like that. It is an absolute godsend. I use it every day. I absolutely love it. I completely rave about it. I'll put a link below so that you can download it and try it. And I'll also put a few of the links of the videos I've created. I create mine all when I'm on the train. Honestly, it takes minutes. The only time it ever takes me long is if I just fiddle about with it, because I'm so excited by it and what it can do in the video that it can create. So, you know, really definitely try it, because it's a game changer. It's super easy to use. As I said, you can customize it to what you want. It really allows you to seamlessly and effortlessly create really cool videos. So get on it. Okay, so that is my 5 top tips on video. I know I sound very, very little bit sort of pushy, but I'm also talking to myself here very much so. So make sure you do subscribe. I've got some really good content coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I'll also be telling you about my brand new course that's going to be launching at the end of March that I'm working on now, that I am absolutely pumped to share with you. So subscribe, comment below if you've got a comment, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye. Say bye, Prince. Say bye. No, you look that way. Look. That way. That way.